Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
This is more than a school. It's where early mornings turn into big goals, where ideas start small and grow into something real. It's classrooms that don't look like classrooms, lessons that don't stay on paper, and students who are learning by doing. Here, you don't just prepare for the future, you step into it. Whether that's in a lab, on a job site, on a stage, or leading something of your own. It's teachers who know your name and push you to become who you're meant to be. It's friendships, Friday nights, hard work, and pride that carries far beyond these halls. Because what's built here doesn't stay here. Lawrence County High School, this is where your future begins.
Life in Tennessee has a rhythm. It's the snap of the football under Friday night lights, the steady pace of a Saturday morning trail walk, and the joyful sound of chasing grandkids across the backyard. But when a joint aches or an injury slows you down, that rhythm breaks, and that's where we come in. At Southern Tennessee Bone and Joint, our mission is simple: getting you back to moving. Led by board-certified orthopedic surgeon Dr. Paul Thomas, along with physician associate Melanie Durham and nurse practitioner Chaley Brown, we provide the specialized care you need right here at home.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome everybody back here to the Summertown Smackdown as we get you ready for the third game of the day, featuring the Lady Cats of Lawrence County and the Lady Indians from Harpeth. This is AJ Good on the X Sports Network, joined alongside by Cade Schultz for our third game here today. The Lady Cats took care of business in the first game against Loretto, winning all three sets. Harpeth, this is their first game of the day here, and Cade, Lady Cats looking very good in that first game, trying to continue that role here in their second game of the day.
For sure, absolutely. It was good to get them wins. Not only get them wins, but get them wins against them set wins against Loretto, against the Mustangs. They played last night. I was on call for that one against Mount Pleasant. They took care of Mount Pleasant pretty easily. Mount Pleasant a little down this year, I believe, after talking to their coach actually last night. So a couple good games yesterday for Lawrence County as well, and hopefully here against Harpeth they can play well and the chemistry be good, and they can get another win here today and work on some things before, in this Smackdown tournament, before the season actually gets underway here in next week or so.
Let's take a look at the starting lineups brought to you by Jayco's Marine. For the Lady Cats, got Ava Scott Garland, Leah Dixon, Liddy Cox, JC Schultz, Collins Newton, Kamaya Bryce, and Destiny Daniel. For Harpeth, you got Savannah Sewell, Avery Mangum, Chloe Neely, Kelsey Reisner, Lily Stinson, Hayes Sparkman, and Adeline Wise. The libero is Riley Lane. Lady Cats, JC Schultz. You know her, don't you?
I sure do. Wearing number 22.
There you go, serving it up. Start things off here for the Lady Cats. 58 minutes on the clock. 2 guaranteed varsity sets. We'll see how much we can get in after that. That's dug out by Sparkman. Setting up Mangrum over, dug out by Garland. Schultz over to Newton. That's dug out by Sparkman. Saved by Lane. And getting it over the net is Sewell. Garland, Schultz. This one over to Daniel Slam home for the Middle Tennessee Builders kill, and a 1-0 Lady Cat lead.
Very nice right there. Very nice set. Took a minute getting going there. Good job on the other side for Harpeth, digging out a few balls, and see what JC can do here, coming up with the second serve of the game.
Schultz back to serve it up again. That is dug out by Reisner. Lane, and saving it is Mangum. Garland, Schultz. Here to Bryce, barely gets it over, dug out by Sewell. Neely over to Mangrum. That one is in, and we are tied up in 1. This Lady Indian team made it to the sub-state a year ago, fell right there to Summertown. This Harpeth team has been very, very good out of their district and region, a team that you'll find them in the sub-state just about every year.
I didn't realize that, AJ, about Harpeth. As right there, they get another point on the ace.
Yeah, Mangrum with the ace, so they'll take their first lead of the day.
But I didn't realize they made it that far and got to the state tournament. That's awesome.
Yeah. One of the teams that Loretto and Summertown battle at that point just about every year, and that's another ace. Back-to-back is Newton dug it out, but no one there to recover it. So it's 3-1 Lady Indians. Next serve up here from Mangrum, and that will go wide. And it's 3-2 Lady Cats now to serve.
It's like Newton will be back there to serve, and number 24, Littrell. Yep, she's going to come in to serve for Collins Newton and the Lady Cats.
Played a big part in their win over Loretto, the first game of the day at 8:30. This serve over the net. That is dug out by Reisner. Mangrum over the Sewell, blocked by Daniel. Up in the air is Mangrum, and not getting it over, Hayes Sparkman. And a great job by Destiny Daniel on the Heritage Automotive block. Ties the game up at 3.
Yeah, you know, AJ, as I said last night, you got Daniel, you got Leah Dixon, you got Liddy Cox right there on the front row. And them 3 girls are very good. So look for them to be doing some damage against this Harpeth team as, whoa!
We get our first trash can shot. Michael Marks has been wanting that one so bad. And we get our first trash can shot off the the Middle Tennessee Builders kill there by Destiny Daniel.
Michael Marks sitting right here beside me. AJ just called you out, sitting over here. That's what he called you out there. So
Mangrum. And that kill attempt there by Neely. Now over to Dixon, block, dug out by Daniel. Littrell gets it back between the lines. Garland gets it over the net. Lane over to Neely. Setting up Sewell, pushes it over, dug out by Schultz. Garland over to Dixon, gets it over. That is dug out by Sparkman. Now Neely slaps it over, but it's on the wrong side of the antenna. Lady Cats now on a 4-0 run, the lead at 5-3.
Yeah, it's all about momentum, AJ. I feel that way. Hopefully Littrell can keep things going here for the Lady Cats, get a few more points on the board.
Sparkman digs it out, Mangrum, back over to Sparkman. That one is tipped and in right there at the net, so that breaks the 4-0 Lady Cat run.
As I said that, the Harpeth gets a point there.
It will get on your favor at some point.
Yeah.
Stinson will check in the game for Sewell. Back to serve it up, the libero for the Indians, and Lane. Dug out by Garland. Schultz over to Dixon.
Tries to get to Dixon.
As tipped up there by Mangrum. Stinson now over to Sparkman. Dug out by Schultz. Garland over to Dixon. Dug out by
Very
Stinson.
nice.
Battle at the net. And that
Great
will
job back
fall in
there.
for the Middle Tennessee Builders kill for Leah Dixon.
Yeah, tough job for Harpeth. Good job back there on Stinson on the backside by getting to it and blocking or getting her hands to that ball that Leah Dixon hit. That ball had some power behind it.
Garland to serve. That is dug out by Lane. Sparkman gets in the air. Reisner over the net. Littrell, Schultz. And Bryce can't get it over. And it's 6-5. Back to serve is Neely here for Harpeth. Gets this one over. Dug out by Littrell. Schultz over to Dixon. Can't get that one over, and we are tied up at 6.
Yeah, JC, my little sister, she's the setter for this Lawrence County team. Her along with a few juniors on the team. No seniors for this Lady Cat squad.
Schultz saves that and gets it over to Liddy Cox for the Middle Tennessee Builders kill. And now we get some substitutions. Annie Lloyd will come in for Kamaya Bryce. Lady Cats up 1. Serve up here from Lloyd. That is dug out by Neely. Mangrum over to Sparkman, dug out by Garland.
This should be good right here, AJ. And is.
And is Leah Dixon with a rocket. Middle Tennessee Builders kill. Leads out the 2.
You know, it all starts with that first pass. Seems like first pass, getting to the setter. That setter can get a good set up to their hitter, usually got a good chance of going the right way.
Lloyd to serve again. That is dug out by Neely over to Mangrum. Mangrum just missed time there with Reisner. And the Lady Cats now up 3. Back to serve is Lloyd again. Is dug out by Neely. Mangrum in the air. Sparkman off the top of the net, dug out by Dixon. Schultz. Back over to Dixon. That one's in.
Schultz had to kind of get around that ball, as that ball really wasn't set. It was spinning quite a bit, and you know that's tough. JC works a lot at home on her sets, throws it up to herself. She has me and Cole throw her a lot of balls with some spin on it so she can work on that setting. And I know it's tough. I know it's tough for them girls to set them balls right where they need to be set so them hitters can hit them perfectly over the net.
Stinson goes long for Harpeth. Lady Cats now up 5, starting to build a ton of momentum almost midway through the first set. Next serve up here from Lloyd is dug out by Neely. Mangrum over to Reisner, tipped over, dug out by Littrell. Schultz. Cox gets it down and in, a Middle Tennessee Builders kill. Lady Cats have doubled up the lead here, 12-6.
Yeah, AJ, I feel like that's one you're going to hear a lot too this going into this fall. Schultz to Cox for the kill, hopefully. And
that one is Reisner, dug out by Littrell, saved by Garland.
Good job by Garland there.
Cox will get it over the net. Mangrum over to Stinson. Stinson gets it over and in. Hung up in the air just long enough to come away with the kill. Sparkman back to serve. Is dug out by Garland. Schultz over to Dixon. That one is dug out by Neely. High in the air over to Lane. And Sparkman gets it over, dug out by Garland. Schultz gets that one over, dug out by Sparkman. Neely setting up Reisner. Garland, Schultz in the air. And Dixon pushes it over. Mangrum digs it out. Neely now back to Mangrum, fading away, dug out by Lloyd. Schultz here to Cox, slams it home. A Middle Tennessee Builders kill. Leads back out to 6.
Cox got that one with her left hand there, AJ. Schultz on the set might have been a little high and into the net, a little over the head of Cox, but she was able to get up high and get it with her left hand, get it down for the kill.
Newton in for Littrell. Now over here to Stinson. At the net, over by Schultz. Saved by Reisner. Sparkman. Now to Neely. Dug out by Garland. Schultz. Here to Cox. Dug out by Sparkman. Lane. Over to Stinson. In the net. The Lady Cats up a touchdown.
Yeah, really, the last several minutes, AJ, really starting to pull away from this Harpeth team.
14-7, and Dixon just a bit wide with the serve.
Hopefully that, what I just said a minute ago, don't start a row for Harpeth and they go on a row to tie things up here in a minute, 14-14, who knows.
Wise will come in for Stinson. Reisner back to serve. There's a knuckleball dug out by Dixon. Schultz over to Newton. Tipped, dug out by Neely. Reisner is over to Wise, dug out by Dixon on the back line. Garland back between the lines. Cox will get it over the net. Reisner, Neely, here to Sewell, who just checked back in. Lloyd, Schultz, Garland over. Reisner, Neely, here to Wise, dug out by Schultz. Garland, here to Dixon, mid-range. On the line and in, a Middle Tennessee Builders kill. Lady Cats up 15-7, 15-8.
Number 33, Destiny Daniel will come back in. Garland exits. 14, Liddy Cox back there about to serve it for Lawrence County.
Lady Cats up 7. Cox is serving for a swap and shop center ace. Cox trying to make it 2 in a row, team up 8. That is dug out and over to Newton. In the air is Wise. Neely, that one is blocked there off of Mangrum. Neely back to Wise, dug out by Dixon. Schultz Here to Lloyd, who gets it over. Dug out by Reisner. Neely. Sewell. That one's in.
Yeah, Dixon just couldn't hardly get to it. That was up around her shoulder area to her on her left side, and got a piece of it, but deflected off of her left arm. Point goes to Harpeth.
Garland back in for Cox. Wise, her serve is wide. 8-point Lady Cat lead again. Substitution coming in. That is Bryce coming in for Lloyd. Schultz back to serve. Is dug out by Reisner. Neely. Here
Good
to
set
Mangrum.
there by Neely.
Dug out by Schultz. Garland. Newton can't get it over. 17-10. Teams just kind of trading points here at the 7-8 point differential. To serve is Mangrum, the left-hander, over, dug out by Newton. Schultz.
Way to get to it there.
Over to Bryce, dug out by Lane. Sparkman now back to Lane in the net.
Good effort by there, or excuse me, good effort there by JC and getting to that ball and keeping the play alive.
Littrell will check in for Newton. 9-point game now.
Bryce was able to get the ball over, and Harpeth not able to control it. Point goes to the Lady Cats.
Serve up here by Littrell. That is dug out. Sewell over, and they're going to catch her for the palm there.
Yeah, it looked like she threw that one, didn't it, AJ?
Yeah. It's kind of a fine line there.
Yeah.
And she's right on top of it. So 19-9, 10-point Lady Cat lead. Serve up from Littrell. Dug out by Reisner. Daniels sends it home for the Middle Tennessee Builders kill.
Daniel was in the right spot at the right time, and that ball come right to her off the hit there from Reisner, and point goes to the Lady Cats.
Littrell serve off of Reisner over to Lane. Sparkman gets it over, dug out by Littrell. Schultz, Daniel, dug out by Mangrum, saved.
They keep it alive.
And Sparkman gets it over. Littrell, Schultz.
Daniel.
And Dixon makes sure.
Dixon.
She makes sure that point ends. It's a Middle Tennessee Builders kill. It's 21-10.
They faked me out, AJ. I thought JC was going there middle to Daniel, but she was going on that backside to Dixon.
So many weapons now for this Lady Cat team. 21-10 the lead. Serve up by Littrell, dug out by Lane. Mangrum over to Sparkman. That one's long to make it 22-10.
Yeah, Lawrence County now taking care of Harpeth pretty well, but Harpeth showing some fight and trying to do things the right way and work on some little things here in this tournament hosted by Summertown.
Mangrum over to Neely. That is dug out by Littrell. Schultz sends it over. Pinballs around. What a save by Neely. And Daniel gets it over. Mangrum here to Sewell. Dug out by Littrell. Schultz. Bryce can't get it over.
Yeah, it looked like Bryce just missed that there. Just
a little too early on her
right
kill attempt. That will bring Lane back down 11, 22-11, and make it 23-11. Lady Cats now 2 points away from taking the first.
Liddy Cox now entering for the Lady Cats. Garland back there to serve.
Serve up here from Garland. That is dug out by Wise. Mangrum over to Reisner, and that one goes in for the kill. 23-12. Neely to serve. Serve up off the top of the net. Diving save by Littrell. Schultz gets it out of the net, and Garland will get it over. Neely. Mangrum. Over to Sparkman. Can't get it over. And now we're at set point.
Yeah, Sparkman there, just the set was far over her head. Sparkman tried to reach it with her left hand, just couldn't get there. And that will bring up number 3 and Lloyd to serve it for Lady Cats. 24-12 your score.
Lloyd serve, dug out by Neely. Mangrum over to Reisner, long.
That will do it.
And the Lady Cats going to take the first set here, 25-12. Take a minute break. We'll have the start of the second set when we return on the X Sports Network.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Jeff Overton, Senior Pastor of Mars Hill Baptist Church. It's hard to believe that summer is almost over. Soon we'll be hearing the class bells ring and know that kids will be going back to school. And we want you to know we're praying for every student that's going back. We're also praying for our administrators, our teachers, school bus drivers, cafeteria ladies. You get the picture. Everybody involved with our education system, we're lifting you up and praying for you. And for our high school sports, it's always a great time here in Lawrence County. So whether you're a Wildcat, whether you're a Mustang, whether you're an Eagle, we're hoping you have a great year this year and know that Mars Hill Baptist Church is praying for you. If you get an opportunity this year, we'd love to have you come by and visit with us and meet the great students at Mars Hill Baptist Church. God bless you. Have a great school year this year.
So I promise, with your support, we'll protect our farms, we'll protect our values, and we'll keep building a stronger Lawrence County for every family and for every future. Vote David Morgan for County Executive. God bless.
Have you ever seen those halftime scholarships where you have to nail a 40-yard field goal? Yeah, this isn't that. I just had to open a bank independent account and follow a few simple steps. That's it. A 20% scholarship to UNA. Bank Independent. We're invested in your future.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome everybody back to the Summertown Smackdown. The Lady Cats taking the first set from Harpeth, 25-12. We remind everybody about the Lexington Truck and Tractor Pull, August 14th and the 15th over at Lexington Motorsports Park in Lexington, Alabama. So 2 weekends from now, go out and have you a lot of fun there at Lexington Motorsports Park on the 14th and the 15th. So Harpeth will have the ball to start things off. They'll serve it up here in the second set. So the Lady Cats, so far, Kate, have won all 4 sets they have taken part in today.
Yep. Possibly see Coach Steve Keaton here if this set kind of goes the way the first set did, AJ. Maybe see him getting some younger girls in there, getting some action, and building that chemistry between the older and younger girls.
That first serve from Mangrum goes about 5 feet long. It's 1-0 Lady Cats. Well, if they finish the second set, which they got it done.
They may have some time for JV.
Because Summertown Columbia didn't. There's that serve, dug out by Lane. Mangrum, that is over to Neely, and back-to-back long hits for the Indians. It's 2-0 Lady Cats. Some free points there, not making the Lady Cats work much. Next serve here from Collins Newton is dug out by Reisner. Mangrum over to Sparkman, and that's a miss hit, and it's 3-0.
Things going Lawrence County's way here early in the second set, AJ, and hope things continue this way.
Serve up here from Newton. It's dug out by Sparkman. Mangrum over by Neely, diving save by Garland. Dixon.
Good job by Leah Dixon right there.
Newton over the net. Lane. Mangrum over to Sparkman. Dug out by Newton. Schultz back between the lines. Garland will get this one over the net. Lane. Mangrum over to Sparkman. Dug out by Garland. Schultz Over to Dixon. Dug out by Lane.
Good job by Lane back there on the backside, digging that ball out.
That shot blocked by Reisner, blocked by Daniel. Setting up Daniel, and they're going to call her for the palm.
Yeah, that was about like earlier Lady Indian done the same thing, AJ, in that first set, and Daniel got caught doing that right there.
3-1, so both sides have been called about it, and no one can complain. 36 minutes left here in the match. Lane serve, dug out by Garland. Schultz over to Daniel. It's dug out by Lane. Mangrum gets it out of the net. Lane can't save it. It's a 4-1 Lady Cat lead.
Way to get back in control of things here, Lady Cats, after falling back a point.
Cox will come in for Daniel. Serve up here by Garland. Dug out by Reisner. Mangrum. Sparkman gets it over right on the line. They caught the Lady Cats pushed up a little too far there, Kate.
Perfectly placed there if you're a Lady Indian, and great job there by number 13 and Sparkman.
Neely back to serve.
Second point for Harpeth.
Schultz setting up Dixon.
There it is.
Blocked.
Oh.
Down and in by Reisner.
And they're happy about that one.
A little bit of momentum. They're crowding to it over here. 4-3. Back-to-back points here for the Indians. Serve up. Dug out by Littrell, and that one's down for the ace. A 3-0 run for Harpeth.
Yeah, you're hearing it some from the crowd now, too. After that big block there on Leah Dixon. Look for Harpeth to continue with some momentum here, AJ.
Serve up. Dug out by Littrell. Schultz. Here to Bryce, tipped over. Lane sends that the other way in the second row. Bryce with the Middle Tennessee Builders kill. Lady Cats back on top.
Number 3 and Annie Lloyd will enter for her. Looks like Annie Lloyd will go back there to serve it up for the Lady Cats. 5-4 Lady Cat lead.
35 minutes left here in the match. Lloyd back to serve. Dug out by Lane. Sparkman in the air. And Lane will get it over. Dug out by Lloyd. Schultz here to Cox. Can't be saved. Another Middle Tennessee Builders kill. Back-to-back points. 6-4 the Lady Cat lead. Serve up here from Lloyd. Is dug out by Neely. Mangrum over to Reisner. Dug out by Littrell. Out of the net is Schultz. Over. Dug out by Neely. Mangrum. Sparkman long. And a 3-0 Lady Cat run.
Annie Lloyd still back there serving it for the Lady Cats. Trying to stay in control of this match. This set.
Serve up. Dug out by Neely. Sparkman now over to Wise. That's dug out by Littrell. Over and in. Jason
Great job,
Schultz.
JC.
Middle Tennessee Builders kill. 4-0 Lady Cat run.
Caught the Harpeth team a little off guard there with their trickery. She likes pulling that every now and then if it's the right time.
Serve up here from Lloyd. Is dug out by Sparkman. Mangrum back between the lines over to Reisner. Top of the net and in for the kill to break the 4-0 Lady Cat run.
Wise got that one down. It looked like it hit the top of the net and then just fell perfectly on the Marks County side. 8-5 your score.
8-5 the lead. Dug out by Lloyd. Schultz over to Cox. Dug out by Sparkman.
In the net.
Over to...
Thought it was. Sorry.
Schultz over to Dixon. Tipped over and in.
Looked like it was about to be in the net anyway.
Good save there by Dixon for the Middle Tennessee Builders kill. Lady Cats up 4-9-5.
Oh. Collins Newton will now enter. She will come in for number 24 in Laney Littrell.
Dixon back to serve. Dug out by Mangrum. Neely over to Wise. Dug out by Lloyd. Schultz here to Dixon. Mid-range kill, but just a hair long. 9-6.
Yeah, you see Leah Dixon a little frustrated with that one. She likes coming in from the back, getting that momentum, jumping high when her and JC's on the same page, but hit it a little too hard there.
Stinson will check in. comes in for Lane. Serve up by Reisner, dug out by Dixon. Schultz over to Newton. Dug out by Mangrum. Reisner in the air. Sparkman will get it over the net. Dug out by Lloyd. Now over to Cox. Stinson back between the lines. Mangrum will get it over the net. Garland. Schultz. Over to Newton again. Dug out by Neely. Reisner now over to Sparkman. Dug out by Lloyd, and no one comes to her aid to make it 9-7.
Yeah, JC was caught up around the net, and Leah was right there. I mean, JC was needed to get there. I'm going to say, let's go, JC. You got to get to that. Got to get to that. I know communication's got to be better, but she missed that back set there.
And somehow Stinson gets it over. Garland gets that one over. It's Reisner. Neely over to Mangrum. Finds its way over, dug out by Cox. Schultz back to Cox. That one's in. A Middle Tennessee Builders kill. 10-7 Lawrence County.
Looks like number 33 in Destiny Daniel will check back in.
Garland will check out. Cox back to serve. Hits it over. That is dug out by Mangrum. Neely in the air. Stinson will get it over. Dug out by Dixon. Schultz. Daniel perfectly placed for the Middle Tennessee Builders kill. It's 11-7.
Good feet work there by number 22 in Schultz and number 33 in Daniel, and working together. Chemistry was very nice. She back set it to Daniel. Done that little whip around, and Daniel able to place it perfectly on Harpeth's side.
Cox over the net. That will fall in for a swap and shop center ace and a 5-point lead.
Looking like the Lady Cats is getting on a little roll here, AJ.
It's kind of where they took over in the first set, right in this middle portion. And
if I was Liddy, I'd serve it right now.
No, Sparkman's.
I know. I had seen this.
Time to shoot. Neely over to Stinson. And dug out by Mangrum. Over is Neely, Cox, Schultz, here to Daniel.
Great job. Great job.
Another Middle Tennessee Builders kill. Lady Cats get the lead out to 6, starting to take over midway through once again. Lane will check in for Reisner. And Cox with the hot hand here, back to serve again. Dug out by Lane off to the side. A swap and shop center ace.
You got Schultz, Daniel, Newton, Lloyd, Dixon, and Cox out there for your Lady Cats at the moment.
Just under 30 minutes left to play here. The match. Cox back to serve. Dug out by Lane. Neely over to Mangrum, tipped over. And they're going to call her for a carry there.
JC, what are you doing?
15-7.
She just got caught. That ball looked like it was dropped right over the net, and she was standing there. She kind of, is that called a lift?
Yeah.
Something like that, maybe? I don't know.
Sparkman over to Neely. Now the Stinson fading away, gets it over. Over to Dixon.
Good job.
Schultz will get it over. Lane. Neely over to Sewell. Blocked.
Way to stay with that, Sewell.
And Mangrum will get it over. Cox. Schultz over to Newton, fading away, and will find its way in for the Middle Tennessee Builders kill. Lady Cats lead now out to 9, 16-7. Same spot, Cade, where they took over in the first set, right here in these middle points.
Right. And it looks like for Harpeth, they just can't get a few things to go their way. And the effort's there. The execution ain't really there at the moment. So see what they can do here.
Stinson
good hit there.
Rocket dug out by Dixon. Newton, that's dug out by Lane. Neely over to Mangrum. Left-hander gets it over. Dug out by Cox, and they are going to call somebody from Lawrence County in the net.
That's Schultz.
Garland will come in for Cox. 16-8. Stinson back to serve. Dug out by Lloyd. Schultz.
Great way to get around it.
And Newton hits the antenna, so back-to-back points for the Indians.
Newton had to adjust and hit that one with her left hand there, and just, did the ball hit the pole?
Yeah.
Or the, gotcha.
Serve up here for Stinson, dug out by Dixon. Schultz Back to Dixon, and good job by Stinson to dig it out. Neely off the net. It hit the antenna there, so that's a
antenna
point for the Lady Cats, 17-9.
I called it a pole a minute ago, antenna.
I called it a pole for 2 years until someone told me what it was.
There you go.
So, we all learn. If you ain't learning, you're dying, Kate,
right.
and you're learning. So. Back to service, Schultz. Dug out by Lane. Mangrum. Oh, that's sent over to Newton. Schultz here to Dixon. She'll push it over. Right on the back
Very
corner.
Nicely done there by Dixon.
Middle Tennessee kill. Builders killed, 18-9.
Found that weak spot in the Harpeth, on the Harpeth side there. Perfectly placed.
Schultz back to serve again. Dug out by Stinson. Neely over to Mangrum. It's dug out by Garland. Schultz here to Bryce. Dug out by Lane. Now Neely over to Sparkman. Slaps it over. Dug out by Bryce. Schultz goes over to Newton. That one's in. Another Middle Tennessee Builders kill. Lady Cats now up 10.
Yeah, hopefully that boosts Newton's confidence a little bit. Last few times the ball's come her way, things ain't really finished well. She got downhill on that one, got the kill. Great job.
Reisner checks back in for Harpeth, and Schultz off the top of the tape, but can't get it over. 19-10. So Lane will come in for Stinson. Served by Mangrum, dug out by Garland. Schultz, Daniel slapped over, dug out by Reisner. Mangrum here to Neely, gets it over, dug out by Garland. Schultz now over to Newton, tipped, dug out by Reisner. Mangrum here to Sparkman, dug out by Dixon, saved by Garland, over to Newton. Lane over to Mangrum. Now to Sparkman, fading away, dug out by Dixon. Schultz here to Bryce. Pinballs around, and this hit by Sparkman. Lady Cats now on the back stretch.
20-10 your score now, and hopefully they can ease out of this one pretty easily without Harpeth going on a run here late.
Newton back to serve. Off the top of the net, but dug out by Reisner. Mangrum over to Sparkman. That
Good
one's
hit
in.
there by Sparkman.
Yeah, right on the back line. Perfectly executed, 22-11.
24, and Laney Littrell will enter now for the Lady Cats.
Lane back to serve for the Indians. And way long and wide, 21-11. Garland back to serve here for Lawrence County. Is dug out by Wise. Mangrum over to Reisner. Dug out by Littrell on the back line. Garland over to Dixon. She'll get it over. And is dug out by Mangrum. Lane here to Sparkman. Long. Lady Cats now 3 points away.
Looks like we're going to have time for
JV
a JV set, so that's good. Get to see some younger girls get after it here in a little while. So we have Sparkman talking to the official.
Yeah. Might be something substitution related.
Yeah.
That's my best guess here.
Still trying to figure it out. And that's what these games are for here at the beginning of the season and the preseason, trying to figure things out. Looks like maybe, like you said, a rotation deal.
It's something with the libero, and
we're still talking about it, AJ.
Yeah.
Now you got the ref back here pointing.
well, yeah, she's. It's a substitution with the libero. Yeah, I am. So you can have two liberos now, so that helps out. You're only allowed a certain amount of substitutions in a game.
Right.
neither of them are using 2 liberos to sub in and out here. You normally only allow 1, but they changed the rules. But that's not the case here. If you're only using 1, the same substitutions come into play. The libero is one of those, like you don't have to announce that you're coming in. You go in.
Yeah, I learned that quick. I was watching a game a couple years ago, and the libero just ran on the floor.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, where'd she come from? I was like, what's going on here? But she can enter from the back, I think, and I don't know how their rotations work and all that sort of thing. That's still learning that. As Leah Dixon's out here dribbling getting some between the leg drills in. Yeah. Also a basketball player for the Lawrence County Lady Cats.
Talking with both scorekeepers.
And in the meantime, AJ, time's still ticking down. So we're this is 5-6 minutes that we've somewhat in a way wasted here. It's taken off from that JV game after this.
Yeah, it's substitution related here with the libero, and it's like we've probably said a lot here in all 3 games. It's kind of some things you figure out so you don't come across this during the regular season. Certainly a long delay.
I mean, am I crazy, or could you just say, hey, you're here, let's get back to playing? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Am I
it's probably a little more complicated than that.
Right.
Yeah. Again, when you only have one official working this, and normally you have someone up here up there.
Exactly.
The high position, someone down there who's. But it's good work for everybody because she's got to be at that substitution position on the floor at some point, so everyone's going to get it figured out here.
Yep,
we're going to get back to play.
Ready to go?
Yep. Garland back to serve. Team up 23-11. And she wasn't ready. Ava Scott jumping the gun there a bit. Yeah, Harpeth wasn't ready, so it's a good call by her to make sure that they're ready to go. Serve up and dug out by Dixon. Over to Schultz, back to Dixon. That's dug out by Sparkler. Mangel, Neely.
And perfectly placed, wow.
Oh, wow, well done there by Neely on the back corner for the kill.
23-12. Now your score is number 25, and Rudy will enter. Ellie Rudy.
Comes in for Bryce. That serve is in for the ace. Kind of caught him napping there a bit. Neely takes advantage for the ace. Pretty good ace, too. It was going to be a hard play for Littrell to make. Next serve. Another rocket dug out by Dixon. Schultz back over to Dixon. That one's in, too hard to handle. Middle Tennessee Builders skill. It's 24-13. Another sub as Lloyd will check out.
Looks like Rudy's going to be back there to serve it for this Lady Cat team. Here, 24-13.
Serve up from Rudy. Dug out by Lane. Over now, Stinson gets it over the net. Right on the back line again.
Ava Scott was backing up. She ultimately just let it go. I don't know if she heard from some teammates, out or something like that, but that ball fell perfectly right on the line.
Had that top spin on it.
Yep.
Sinks down. Serve up. Dug out by Dixon. Rudy setting up Dixon. Slams that one home.
A little too hard
Tennessee
for
Builders kill.
Lane.
Lady Cats to take the second set 25-14. We will take a minute break. 17 minutes left here in the match, and then we'll have JV action when we return here on the X Sports Network.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
Efficiency, reliability, accuracy. Move forward with your real estate sale or purchase with Title and Escrow of Lawrence County, the most experienced closing team around. Working with clients locally and throughout the state, we offer a wide range of services, including the expertise of an on-staff attorney, backed by our more than 49 years experience in titles and closings. We get the job done on time at a fair price and ensure every last detail is correct. Our goal is to give you peace of mind. When you work with us, you work with people who live where you do. We understand the importance of the real estate community and strive to build strong relationships with all parties involved in the process. Whether you're buying a home, selling a business, acquiring land, or anything in between, you're in good hands with Title and Escrow of Lawrence County.
Put the most experienced closing team on your side. Contact Title and Escrow of Lawrence County today.
Your outdoor adventures start right here at Lawrenceburg Marine. Family owned and operated, we're local folks you can trust. We specialize in premier sales and service. A proud dealer of top brands like Mercury, Bullet, Phoenix, and more. And no need to go anywhere else for ATVs. We have what you want. And you can trade in what you don't. Financing is available. Our full line of boating accessories will get you on the water fast. Lawrenceburg Marine, located at 208 4th Street.
At Murray Regional Health, you'll find the expertise and technology available in larger cities, paired with the personalized and compassionate care you deserve. As the largest health system between Nashville and Huntsville, we have a medical staff of more than 200 physicians across an array of specialties, ranging from primary care to robotic surgery. They lead skilled teams of nurses and other clinical experts that diagnose and treat conditions with advanced technology. Murray Regional Health, where clinical excellence meets compassionate care.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
Welcome back to the Summertown Smackdown as we get you ready for the final set here. JVY, so for Harpeth back to serve is Sophia Willoughby. She's joined by Olivia Davis, Azalea LeBlanc, Madeline Riggins, and Kaylee Slayman. I think that's what that says. I'm just taking an educated guess. Back to serve here is Willoughby.
You gotta do that every now and again.
Every now and again. Rudy. That one sent over, down and in. And how about
I think that was Surratt.
Yep, Emma Surratt coming away with the Middle Tennessee Builders kilt.
You got Emma Surratt. You got Bella Mitchell out there. You got Lorelai Smith now checking out.
Josie Elledge. Carly Van Pelt.
Brown is checking in, number 18, I believe.
Serve up here from Rudy. That is dug out by Slayman. In the air is LeBlanc will get it over the net. Mitchell, Van Pelt sends this one over. LeBlanc and can't get that one over. It's a 2-0 Lady Cat lead.
You got two cousins in Addie Surratt and Emma Surratt on this JV squad. Two freshmen coming in, one from U Prospect and one from E.O. Kaufman. Emma was a member of that E.O. Kaufman team last year.
Serve up here from Rudy. That is dug out by Johnston. Setting up LeBlanc, dug out by Rudy. Brown over to Mitchell, can't get it over. It's 2-1.
Speaking of Surratts, AJ, I just want to give a shout out to Paula Ernest Surratt over here to my left. She is basically my second mom, always been my second mom, basically. And she's a Loretta Mustang, but she's sitting with the Lawrence County Wildcats, so I want to give her a shout-out for sitting over here. She's got a daughter that plays for Loretta as they're about to play here in just a moment. But shout-out to Miss Paula.
Brown tries to get it over the net and can't, so it's a 3-0 Harpeth run to take a 3-2 lead. Serve up. Here from Davis. Dug out by Elledge. Rudy here to Surratt. And that will fall in.
Great job by Emma right there.
Or not.
She don't know what to call. She still don't. She's pointing both ways.
I don't. Maybe she thought someone might have been in the way there. Yeah, I'm just going to redo it.
Redo it, yeah.
I think we had some fans walking there on the back line, so it's going to redo it there. Serve up here from Davis. Dug out by Elledge. Rudy here to Surratt. And that is long to make it a 4-2. Next serve up. Dug out by Elledge again. Rudy setting up Mitchell, who punches it over. That is dug out by Johnston. Now they set up Upchurch, and that one's in for the kill. A 5-0 Indian run.
Yeah, the young squad for Harpeth putting it on the young squad for the Lady Cats.
Yeah, Davis with
especially
another
late
serve.
Here, as of late.
Van Pelt digs it out. Rudy Surratt tips it over. That is dug out by Upchurch.
Good job by
back
Emma.
over by Emma Surratt, the Middle Tennessee Builders kill. It's 5-3.
Well, I'm excited to see what Emma's going to be here in the next year or so, couple years. Very tall, athletic young lady for this Wildcat team. A bright future ahead of her, for her.
Checking in is
that
Cody
53?
Claire Hunter and Abby Holloway.
Abby Holloway,
So
yep.
Holloway back to serve. That's in the net, 6-3. Serve up, it's LeBlanc. And long. Good judgment there by Van Pelt, 6-4. Under 10 minutes left to play.
Van Pelt, good athlete here. Upcoming sophomore for the Lady Cats. She also plays softball. Very good softball athlete as well.
Surratt's serve, that is dug out by Upchurch. Saved there by Willoughby and sent over by Riggins. Now Brown. That one sent over and long by Upchurch. Lady Cats going to run here of their own, lead down to 1. Surratt back to serve again. It is dug out on the back line by Slayman. Willoughby over to LeBlanc, sent over, and
yeah, Holloway's dig there just
strong.
Her pass was a little strong and went into the net, and Lady Cats couldn't recover.
Back to serve is Riggins. It is dug out by Van Pelt and gets over and in, just right in that black hole, and perfectly placed, 7-6. As Lorelai Smith will check in, and she'll go back to serve.
What's the score, AJ?
7-6 here for Harpeth. Smith back to serve. Dug out by LeBlanc. Slayman in the air. And Willoughby will get it over.
I thought you would say 6-7.
I'm too old for that. Hunter gets in for the Middle Tennessee Builders kill. And we're tied up at 7.
There we go.
I thought that was over like a year ago.
Yeah.
How am I up on the trends and you're not?
I don't know.
It's never over.
It's never over.
It's never over. 7-7. Smith serves it up. LeBlanc digs it out. Riggins back over. Saved by Smith. Slayman And how about Smith picking up the Middle Tennessee Builders kill? 8-7, Lady Cats back on top.
Good effort there by number 23 and Smith. Not giving up on the play, diving out and getting that ball over the net and making something happen.
Serve up from Smith. Off of the hands of Slayman. That's a swap and shop center ace. Lady Cats going on a run here, Cade, 4-0.
Yeah, Harpeth jumped out after a couple points from the Lady Cats. Harpeth jumped out to a 5-2 lead, I think it was, maybe a 6-2 lead, and since then it's been all Lawrence County.
It's dug out by LeBlanc. Riggins over to Upchurch. Back Hunter, now to Riggins. Ooh, now they're running into each other. Slayman gets it over Smith. Rudy, and that one slammed. Now they're going to call her for the palm there on Addison Surratt. So, yeah, that's the right call.
Yeah, I think that was a good call. She did throw it a little bit.
9-8. Back to serve is Brianna Upchurch. Sub back in. Davis will come in for Slayman. Sent over, dug out by Rudy. Smith, Surratt over, dug out, saved in the air. Willoughby and LeBlanc. Miscommunication there, falls in 10-8. As Upchurch will check out.
Looks like number 8 and Mitchell is going to check in. Also number 15 and Elledge will. Emma Surratt will come back in for her cousin and Addie Surratt.
Surratt for Surratt.
Yep.
Serve up here for Van Pelt. That is dug out. Can't be saved. Another swap and shop center ace. Serve up for Van Pelt. That's wide. Now 11-9, and
thought that one was going to hit the official.
Yeah. Well, you got Columbia and Loretta Fantier off to the corner, so anything offline turns into, you know, it's like shooting fish in a barrel over there. Holloway digs that one out. Smith will get it over. Davis and LeBlanc over, dug out by Van Pelt. Smith, it is Surratt, blocked. Dug out by Van Pelt and Surratt over. Willoughby digs it out. Riggins now back to Willoughby and gets some friendly help from the net. Falls in. It's a 1-point game, 11-10.
Under 5 minutes to play here, and look for these girls to be getting after it here late in this set. Try to get as many points as possible.
Smith over to Surratt.
Good job by
Gets it in.
right there.
A Middle Tennessee Builders kill. It's 12-10.
Elledge checking back in. Mitchell checking back in. Elledge going to be back there serving it up for the Lady Cats.
Serve up. They're from Elledge, and it's about 5 feet long, 12-11. Under 4 minutes left to play. Definitely not getting the 25, unless we just get a plethora of service errors all within the span.
I'm going to go 18-16 Lawrenceburg.
Okay.
That's where we'll stop.
Willoughby to serve. Long and wide, mainly wide. 13-11.
Brown entering now for Lorelei Smith.
Rudy back to serve. It's dug out by Davis, saved by Willoughby. Riggins will get it over, dug out by Van Pelt. Rudy setting up Mitchell, dug out by Johnston. And Slayman over and wide, 14-11. Rudy back to serve. Under 3 minutes left.
Good serve.
Dug out by Johnston. Riggins. Slayman. Pop fly over. Dug out by Rudy. Van Pelt. Mitchell gets it over and in. A Middle Tennessee Builders kill. Lady Cats here.
on a roll here as of late.
15-11. Next serve up here from Rudy. Off of Johnston.
That will be an ace there, I believe.
Swap and shop center ace. 4-0 run, 16-11.
So if Harpeth is going to get to 16, AJ, they're going to have to get on a little run here for themselves.
2 minutes left. Johnson digs it out. Riggins back between the lines. Slayman high over the net. Saved by Van Pelt. Rudy.
Good job by Emma right there. Didn't go her way, though, on the
Davis
back
over,
end.
Dug out by Rudy. Elledge over to Mitchell. Sent back over by Willoughby. Van Pelt. Rudy over to Brown. And can't get it over. 16-12.
I feel like we're watching the clock. I feel like we're playing basketball in a way.
Yeah, we kind of are. Serve up here by Slayman. Setting up Surratt. That one hits the AC tubes. 17-12 with 1:10 left. Minute left.
Looks like that's Hunter coming in, and also Abby Holloway coming in. Abby's going to serve it up.
Holloway.
That one will be long.
Yeah, too much juice there. 17-13. Serve up here from LeBlanc. Dug out by Van Pelt. Rudy.
Little back.
Over to Surratt. LeBlanc high in the air. Slam it back between the lines. Maybe. Riggins does get it over. Van Pelt. Rudy. Here to Surratt. That's dug out by LeBlanc. Back in is Upchurch. Saved by Rudy. 10 seconds left. They'll get it over. Upchurch in the air.
Playing for one final point.
Wiggins can't get it over. And that one will do it. You got the 18, right?
Yeah.
Lady Cats will take all 3 sets, 25-12, 25-14, 18-13. Cade, who is your Murray Regional Health player of the game?
I'm going to have to go with, for the Lawrence County Lady Cats, I'm going to have to go with Leah Dixon over there. Several kills, played very well. Got in a little slump there in the second set, got a little frustrated with herself after a couple or a missed serve, and then one hit into the net on a spike, but come back, done a very good job, scored several points for her team, and the Lady Cats ultimately took all 3 sets from Harpeth.
Next match will be Loretto against Columbia Central. Michael Marks on the call for, and you, right? Michael
Yes.
Marks, Cade on the call for that. It's next here on the X Sports Network.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.